Imagine you are sound asleep. You are finally in that deep, restful state where your body starts to heal itself. Then it happens. A subtle pressure in your lower belly starts to grow. You try to ignore it. You pull the blanket tighter, hoping the feeling goes away. But it does not. Eventually, you have to throw off the covers. Your feet hit the cold floor, and you begin the long, frustrating walk to the bathroom. It is 3:00 a.m. For many, this happens 2 or 3 times every night, turning the bedroom into a place of anxiety rather than rest. You return to bed, staring at the ceiling as the minutes tick by. Your heart is racing, your mind is awake, and you know tomorrow will be a struggle. You feel heavy and irritable. This interrupted sleep is a thief that steals your focus and vitality. Many think this is just part of aging. They tell themselves that after 60, this is just how life is. But that is a dangerous myth. While it is common, it is not something you have to accept as inevitable. It is a sign that your body needs a different approach to hydration. Dr. Grace Prescott has spent the last 20 years looking into this exact problem. As a urologist, she has seen thousands of patients who are exhausted. They come to her office feeling like they have lost control. Dr. Prescott is on a mission to show people they can reclaim their sleep. The key is not drinking less, but understanding when to hydrate. She wants to change our habits to stop these trips once and for all. In the medical world, this condition is called nocturia. It is the silent epidemic because people rarely talk about it, yet it affects millions. Statistics show 70% of adults over 60 wake up at least once. Many do it more often. Dr. Prescott sees nocturia as a siren. It is a warning from the body that something is out of balance. It is not just about the bladder, it is about how your body processes fluids and how your heart and brain react to being startled awake. One biggest risk of nocturia is the danger of falling. When you wake up at 3:00 a.m., you are half asleep. The room is dark. Your balance is not what it is during the day. Navigating furniture or rugs while groggy is a recipe for disaster. For older adults, a fall often leads to hip fractures and a permanent loss of independence. A simple trip could change your life, turning a healthy retirement into a cycle of medical appointments and physical therapy. We must take this risk seriously. Beyond falling, there is the hidden impact on your brain. While you sleep, your brain goes through a cleanup process. It flushes out toxins that build up during your waking hours. When sleep is fragmented, this process is cut short. This leads to brain fog and neurodegenerative risks later in life. You're not just tired, your brain is actually struggling to maintain its basic health and function. Deep sleep is the only time this cleansing can happen properly. There is also the strain on your heart. Every time you wake, your blood pressure spikes. Your heart rate goes up. For someone with hypertension, these nightly spikes are dangerous. It keeps your heart in a state of stress when it should be resting. Finally, there's the emotional toll. Constant exhaustion makes it impossible to be patient. It creates a hard-to-break anxiety cycle that affects everyone around you. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. This connection helps us share this vital information with more people who are suffering in silence. Understanding these risks is the first step toward a solution. Dr. Prescott knows the journey back to a full night's sleep starts with moving past the idea that this is just old age. It is a solvable puzzle, and the next steps will reveal exactly how to put the pieces together to reclaim your health and wake up feeling refreshed. To understand why we wake up at night, we must look at chemistry. Dr. Prescott explains a player called the antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. This hormone tells your kidneys to slow down. Normally, your brain releases more of it while you sleep. This lets your kidneys rest and produce less urine, allowing for 8 hours of rest. However, as we age, we often produce less ADH at night. The message never gets through. Your urine factory stays open 24 hours a day. Your kidneys work just as hard while you sleep as they do when you are awake. This is a primary reason why your bladder fills so quickly after bed. This hormone is the secret to staying in bed all night long. Another factor is gravity. During the day, you are sitting or standing, fluid pools in your lower legs and ankles. You might notice sock marks or tight shoes by evening. This is known as edema. When you finally lie down at night, your legs are now level with your heart. The fluid trapped in your ankles finally has a chance to move back into your bloodstream. Your body sees this extra fluid and sends it straight to the kidneys to be processed. The kidneys have no choice but to filter this fluid immediately. This creates a sudden surge of urine production right as you try to rest. It is not that your bladder is failing you. It is that your body is simply processing the fluid that was stuck in your legs all day long. Frustrated people often try to fix the problem themselves. Dr. Prescott sees 3 mistakes that make things worse. The first myth is that you should stop drinking water almost entirely. Many drink as little as possible during the day, thinking it keeps the bladder empty. This backfires. When you are dehydrated, your urine becomes concentrated. This dark urine is full of waste that irritates your bladder lining. It is like putting lemon juice on a cut. This irritation makes your bladder feel full even with a tiny amount of liquid. You end up running to the bathroom just as often, but with much more discomfort. This mistake is very common among those who feel desperate for just one full night of sleep. The second myth is the small bladder excuse. Patients tell Dr. Prescott they have a tiny tank. While some conditions affect capacity, size is rarely the actual issue for most adults. The problem is not the size of the tank, it is the speed of the factory. If kidneys overproduce urine due to low ADH or fluid redistribution, even a large bladder fills up. Blaming the bladder prevents people from looking at real culprits like circulation or hormones. It makes people feel they have a physical defect that cannot be fixed, which is rarely the case in most patients. Understanding that the bladder is usually healthy is the first step toward finding a real cure. The third myth is the nightcap. Some believe wine or whiskey before bed helps them sleep. While alcohol makes you drowsy, it is a double threat. First, it is a diuretic. It forces kidneys to pull more water from your body. Second, it suppresses ADH, the hormone you need to stay asleep. It also ruins the second half of your sleep cycle, making rest unrefreshing. You might fall asleep quickly, but you will wake up a few hours later with a full bladder and a racing mind. Instead of deep rest, your brain stays in a light, easily disturbed state. This prevents you from reaching the restorative stages of sleep your body needs. Dr. Prescott says we must clear these bad habits to build a better routine. We cannot fix a problem if we keep using the wrong tools. Restricting water, blaming your anatomy, or using alcohol only creates a cycle of constant exhaustion. Now that we understand why the body produces urine at the wrong time, we can move toward a solution. It is time to stop guessing and use a strategy that works with your biology. Dr. Prescott has developed a system to help people take back their nights. It is called the ASIME method, and it is a way to reorganize your day to prioritize your sleep. The ASIM method is the plan Dr. Prescott uses to help her patients. It stands for adjust, soften, stop, integrate, and manage. The core philosophy is to drink smarter, not less. This simple method is a game changer for anyone tired of waking up in the dark. The first step is to adjust your hydration using the 75% rule. This means you should consume 3/4 of your daily water before 0 p.m. Most people wait until they feel thirsty in the evening to catch up, but that is exactly what keeps the kidneys busy all night. Instead, start your day with a major win. Drink 1 or 2 glasses of water right when you wake up. This wakes up your internal organs, so your body does not need to store fluid. Throughout the morning, take steady sips. By front-loading your water, you give your body enough time to process everything while you're still active and moving around. Next, you need to soften the transition. Dr. Prescott calls the time between 0 p.m. and dinner the landing phase. During these hours, you should start to slowly reduce how much you drink. You're not cutting off water entirely, but you are shifting into a lower gear. When it comes to dinner, timing is vital. Try to eat at least 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. During the meal itself, try to use only enough liquid to help you swallow your food easily. A small glass is plenty. Many people have a habit of drinking a large soda or a massive glass of water with their dinner, but this creates a huge task for your kidneys to handle right as your body is trying to wind down for rest. By softening your intake, you are signaling to your kidneys that their workday is almost finished. The third step is the most important. Stop. Dr. Prescott calls the 2 hours before bed the sacred zone. During these 120 minutes, you should not drink any liquids. This gives your kidneys a clear window to finish their final filtering process before your head hits the pillow. If you drink a full glass of water right before getting into bed, the fluid will reach your bladder just as you are finally falling into a deep sleep. That is exactly what triggers that 3:00 a.m. trip to the bathroom. If you find that your mouth feels dry, you can try rinsing with a little water or sucking on a small ice chip, but you must avoid swallowing gulps. This discipline allows you to go to bed with an empty processing queue. By organizing your hydration this way, you work with your biology instead of against it. To make the ASIME method even more effective, you must integrate a physical strategy. Remember how gravity pulls fluid into your legs during the day? Dr. Prescott recommends elevating your legs in the late afternoon. Find a comfortable spot on the sofa and prop your feet up so they are higher than your heart for about 30 to 60 minutes. This helps the fluid that collected in your ankles move back toward your heart and through your kidneys while you're still awake. It is much better to process this extra fluid at 5:00 p.m. while you are relaxing than at 2:00 a.m. when you are trying to sleep. This one small change can drastically reduce the amount of urine your body produces after you lie down for the night. This gives you the clarity to enjoy your days again. Finally, you must manage your expectations and realize that nocturia is a solvable puzzle, not a life sentence. Dr. Grace Prescott has seen thousands of people use these steps to reclaim their nights. It takes practice to change your habits, but the reward is a life full of vitality. Imagine waking up feeling truly refreshed without that heavy fog in your brain. You do not have to accept chronic exhaustion as a normal part of getting older. By using the ASIM method, you are taking control of your health and safety. You are protecting your heart, your brain, and your independence. Start tomorrow morning with those first 2 glasses of water and move toward a future where you can finally sleep through the night and wake up full of the energy you deserve.